You're watching KSPW Channel 8, Salinas, Monterey, Santa Cruz. This is Feedback at 5 with Theresa Wright.
Hi, I'm Theresa, and welcome to Feedback at 5. If you're an entrepreneur or an owner of a small business, and we've got some really exciting news for you, because there are two nonprofit organizations that you want to know about, and they have expanded their services to the Central Coast. And so I'm going to introduce my guests to you. One of them is a co-founder of one of those organizations, and the other is a business owner who's benefited from the fact that they've expanded to the Central Coast. And this is really critical information. I think something that certainly if you're not one of those people that fits into that category and you know someone who does, then you might want to tell them to come and check out this show and what these two people have that they're going to represent to you. Let me introduce my guest who is here. This is Susan Shai, and Susan is VP of Operations and Director of Programs for Scholastic Expeditions. So Susan, thank you very much for being here. And Bud Colligan is the co-founder of Pacific Community Ventures. And Bud, I'm going to start with you because you are a local guy. You are a successful businessman, Santa Cruz, and so tell people a little bit about your background, and then what I think is really cool is the fact that you have come home and said, I want to do something for my community. So give us your background.
Well, thank you, Theresa. Thank you for having me, first of all.
You're welcome.
I was the CEO of Macromedia for about 10 years, and Macromedia was a successful multimedia software company. In the last 15 years, I have been a partner at Accel Partners, which is a venture capital firm. About 15 years ago, I co-founded Pacific Community Ventures, which is focused on helping entrepreneurs through advice and capital build businesses through and take advantage of that capital and advice. And the organization has been very successful in other parts of California, and since I'm part of this community, I wanted to bring those services to both the Santa Cruz and Monterey counties.
Can I ask you, what did you recognize? Because you're a man who has been successful in your ventures. So what did you recognize? What was so critical that you felt like, I have something that I can offer to other folks?
Well, I think all of us are helped along the way by mentors and folks that give us great advice, and in many cases by capital as well. And in the case of Macromedia, and also in investing in other businesses, because I've been an investor for the last 15 years, I've recognized that capital is important, but also mentorship, a network of people that can help you in different functional areas. And it helped me a lot, and it's now I have an opportunity to give that back. And the unemployment rates in Santa Cruz and Monterey counties are really unacceptably high.
Right.
And I saw it as an opportunity to address that problem. Small businesses create about 80% of the jobs, so this was a great opportunity to say, how can we take capital, mentoring, a network of people that can help, and apply it to the people who are really the engine for economic growth in our society and in our two counties.
So Susan, I want to bring you in on this. You are the owner of a small business, so tell people about your business, and then from there we'll talk about, the process, what it's like for someone to be a small business owner, and what are you up against when you do that?
Thank you. And thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
So Scholastic Expeditions, we are an education travel organization. We specialize in hands-on science programs for middle and high school students. And predominantly, most of our programs travel overseas. Most of our programs are in Costa Rica, but we've recently added programs, and we're really proud of a marine program we have that goes to the Channel Islands right outside of Santa Barbara.
Right. Okay, so how long have you been in business, and where did this desire come to create this program?
That's a good question. So my background is in sales. I've done tech sales and I've done education sales, and I liked the latter more. It was more, had a more affinity to where I come from and what I like to do. You could say I'm a big picture girl. So I liked that with education you can make a difference. And I was a big benefactor of travel as a young person myself. I spent a year abroad my senior year in high school, and then I did some research also in college, and I know it really affected the trajectory of my life and benefited in ways that even I really don't entirely understand.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy getting kids to have those opportunities. And so it was a love and a passion of mine, and I decided to start my own business that enabled kids to do that.
So you're a woman that has this passion and you have an idea and then you want to develop it and make it happen. And one of the things that I've heard is that, you know, a lot of businesses fail in the process. You know, within that 7 years or so, I think that's the number, businesses fail. So how do you describe for someone who is passionate about something like you were, how do you then take that and develop it and make it happen? Walk us through the process for you. What happened?
Oh my gosh.
Because you've got skills and educational background, but
Right.
it's much bigger than that.
Right. So you do need mentors, and you do need people that'll show you the way, and you need cheerleaders. And probably, in some ways, the biggest pillar to overcome is the financial startup of it too.
Okay.
So that's one of the ways that Opportunity Fund is so critical. And then the other organizations so critical in mentoring. So I've benefited from learning a bit about what I wanted to do from my previous job. I think a lot of entrepreneurs work somewhere and they think I can do it better.
He's nodding.
Right.
The
and
sage.
it's a typical germ, I think, of an entrepreneur. So I took what I learned in another job and said I can do it better, and I had an original partner that we decided to put our heads together and start this process. I guess you'd call him an original investor. And the process is scary and a little bit